This is Virgil Ortiz, and you're watching REED-BBS.
REED-BBS, BBS. Well, it's official. Unified IBF and WBA welterweight champion Jaron Boots Ennis is moving on up. He's doing like George and Weezy. He's moving on up to 154 pounds to the junior middleweight division, super welterweight division, taking his talents on up to 54, y'all. After spending his entire career, nearly a decade, campaigning at welterweight, it's time. It's definitely time. Jaron Boots Ennis isn't old, but he's getting older. My man will be 28 soon. And anybody that's over the age of 30 can tell you about the difficulties or the maturation process, just gaining weight naturally. And when you're in a business of cutting weight, as you approach 30, that shit becomes more and more difficult. So yeah, it's time. It's definitely time. The goal was to unify, to collect all the belts one by one at welterweight, and then move on up like George and Weezy. That was the initial goal. That's why Boots willingly ducked smoke with Virgil Ortiz at 54, because he wanted to get the belts at 47. Beat the brakes off Stanley Ennis for the WBA title, and then Brian Norman signs to fight Jin Sasaki in Japan. All the while, Mario Barrios and the WBC belt is in negotiations with Manny Pacquiao. So seeing the writing on the wall with Brian Norman Jr. and with Mario Barrios, Jaron Boots Ennis has decided it's time to move on up. As a Jaron Boots Ennis fan, that's music to my ears, because my man was looking like Pookie from New Jack City during his last 2 fight weeks. Karen 2, and Stanley Ennis, my man was looking crackhead slim during both of those fight weeks. Looked like he just finished sharing a glass pipe with Chris Rock or somebody. I've said this before, the Ennis fighting family, they aren't small, they aren't little dudes. Bozy Ennis, he's got a similar frame to his son Boots. Bozy 5'10", 5'11"-ish. Well, Bozy fought at middleweight. Older brothers Derek and Farah Ennis, they both fought at super middleweight. And Derek Pooh Ennis, he's even the shortest, he's the shortest of the fighting Ennis family. But still, my man was a super middleweight. He was a Sean Porter built super middleweight. So in essence, Jaron Boots Ennis was fighting his family DNA and the scales, staying at welterweight for 10 fucking years. Again, it was time. If you're looking for smoke at 154, you don't have to look long or hard. It's right there. 54 is a fucking smoke shop. Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszyu are about to have a rematch. We got Bakram Murtazliev, who's very much in the mix. Just ask Tim Tszyu. Serhii Bohachuk, Mondo Ramos, Erickson Lubin, Xander Zayas, Yoenis Tellez, Brian Mendoza, Charles Conwell. We got the old guard. Keith Thurman looked real good in his last fight. Bud Crawford, what is he gonna do after the Canelo fight? He does have a super welterweight title. He did beat Madrimov. That's another one, Madrimov. Errol Spence, if or when he comes back, is gonna be at 54. I didn't even mention Jermell Charlo, who an hour ago, he was undisputed champion at 54. Then all of a sudden he wasn't. What had happened? And with all those names, with all that smoke, to me, the best current super welterweight is Virgil Ortiz. And that's who Boots is now targeting. Apparently, Turki Al-Sheikh, who offered this fight earlier when Boots ducked the smoke, Turki Al-Sheikh is offering it up again, preferably for November of this year. And just like I said in the moment, I was critical of Boots for passing on the Virgil Ortiz fight. But I said then, hey, just because he's ducking smoke now doesn't mean he'll always duck that smoke. And here we are now. He's no longer ducking that smoke. We'll see who that very first super welterweight opponent is, and we'll all look forward to Jaron Boops Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, hopefully before the end of 2025. REED-BBS, BBS. Black Burt Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.